It's daytime with Aston Avian. Our leading dentist is warning us that the biggest threat to our teeth this Christmas isn't chocolate, mince pies, or fizz. It's actually grazing. Now that we're being told that constant snacking many of us do over the holidays keep our teeth under near non-stop acid attack, and there's new guidance that explains why timing is more important than sugar, why finishing with a cheese board is generally good for our enamel, and how a few small tweaks can help us enjoy Christmas without paying for it in January. And joining me right now is Dr. Deepak Ulak, who's dentist and CEO and co-founder of Toothfairy Dentistry app, who joins me as my guest in his part of Daytime. So Deepak, welcome to Gateway.
Hi, morning.
Morning there, Deepak. So, can you explain about grazing, and why is grazing over Christmas such a problem, especially for our teeth, especially for this month here?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, one of the key aspects when it comes to sugar is not sugar itself, but the way that we're consuming it. And as you said, grazing, it's that constant attack on the teeth. So, look, every time we have sugar, the teeth go under kind of a 20-minute acid attack. And when you're doing that constant grazing, the snacking throughout the day, you're actually exposing the teeth to quite a long period of that acid attack, which in turn is going to cause a cavity. So, look, sugar is not the enemy, it's the actual grazing that's really causing the problem.
And that being said here, Dr. Deepak, here on that front here, of course, how can our listeners actually enjoy sweets without causing extra damage, especially to the enamel and especially to our teeth here?
Yeah, look, I've got a sweet tooth myself, and one of the key aspects is not even the sugar, but the type of sugar we're having as well. So, one of the things we're seeing, especially as dentists during this festive period, is things like toffees and fudge. Those sticky sweets are going to cause a lot of problems. The grazing, they stick on the teeth, so the acid attack is there for longer. But also, it kind of pulls out fillings. Those metal fillings that kind of lock in, they're not glued in. Those are typically taken with those sticky toffee pulling. And look, things like mulled wine as well. Acid is a real damaging factor to enamel as well. When you put sugar in it, I absolutely love mulled wine, but one of those naughty kind of treats to have throughout the day. So if you're having your mulled wine, have it with your dinner, have it with your particular food, but yeah, try not to sip it through that 90-minute Christmas movie that comes on during the daytime, really.
So, obviously, we're talking about dental side of things here, Deepak, as well. What dental emergencies do you see most often, especially at this time of year here?
I'm guilty of this myself. One of the key aspects is people are using their teeth as tools, really. So what you're finding is the scissors are far away, and I thought, oh, let me just chip this little piece of sellotape with my front teeth. Always ends up wrong. So we say anything to open up Christmas wrapping paper, or trying to tear things, packets open when you're trying to do your last minute cooking. Try and keep those teeth away from any of those kind of exercises. That's a big factor we're noticing. As we said, toffees, pulling metal fillings out, pulling out your old crowns that are already on the way out. But as we know, Christmas is a incredibly difficult time to access a dentist, and we see a massive spike on lost fillings on the Toothfairy app, or dental aches and pains, and also things like cold. Now there's a big flu pandemic, sinus blockages, those kind of things were causing a lot of symptoms in the teeth. So look, dentists are closed, so try and look after your teeth, and yeah, have those sweets and those sugars in a safe amount, really.
Is there any festive foods here out there, Deepak, as well, that can actually help protect our teeth here as well? Would you like to reveal those?
Cheese is a great one. Without giving you a boring science lesson on a Friday morning, it's a kind of a neutralizing kind of food. So essentially, when you've had any sugars or you've had any acids, having that cheese board next to your glass of wine is actually going to be quite good. Water is obviously just as good as well. Surprisingly, turkey, they're very good. It's lean, it's got protein. Over time, it repairs that enamel. And then nuts are absolutely awesome, but you got to chew them gently. A lot of calcium in those, low sugar. But yeah, they can cause some damage if you're eating them, especially those walnuts as well.
And especially brushing, of course, there, and obviously checking our own teeth is actually important as well, if right here, Deepak, especially at this time of year.
Yeah, look, we want to keep people outside of a dentist chair, especially over Christmas, when we know those emergency appointments are non-existent. So checking your teeth, flossing, using the kind of the brushing, but making sure if you are brushing your teeth after some fun foods and snacks, you wait 30 minutes after you've had any acid foods or any sugars. The enamel's really soft at that point. So what you don't want to be doing is scrubbing away that expensive enamel that's very difficult to grow back. So yeah, just take your time, have that 30-minute kind of golden rule before brushing. And then, yeah, try and use a straw or anything around that aspect when you're drinking those fizzy drinks or particular things where there is hidden sugars within those.
So can you give out some of your top tips here, Deepak, as well, about avoiding a dental disaster this holiday as well, so then it actually protects them, especially going into the new year as well?
Yeah, as you really clearly outlined, grazing. Avoid that grazing as much as you can. It's not about restriction. I'm not the Grinch. We don't want to keep your sugar. We're not trying to steal your sugar. So have those fun items. I mean, they only come around once a year, especially the fun stuff. But what I definitely would say is that be mindful. Protect your enamel. If you are having any acidic drinks, any fizzy drinks, use the straws. Have everything in have a kind of a balanced diet. But one of the key aspects is enjoy it, and make sure you book your hygiene clean in January itself.
Because that's also important as well, is the hygienist as well. Every time that they recommend you to go and see the hygienist, go and take the opportunity where you can, of course, there.
Exactly. So, and look, be ahead of the curve. It's a new year, new smile. We see again a massive spike in people wanting to look after their health and their well-being. Just the same way people rush into the gym, you'll notice that people are rushing into the dentist. So be proactive, book your hygiene appointments now. It'll save you having to wait till March, April in some areas of the country where it's just going to be really difficult to book that clean. So book it now. You're going to have fun this Christmas. So at least there's a nice hygiene clean waiting for you in 2026.
So, Deepak, if our listeners want to find out all information about what we've been discussing and want to find out more about this guide as well, is there anywhere our listeners can find out more?
Definitely, NHS website is awesome. Look on the Toothfairy app website. We're a very smart dentist-founded company where we know physically trying to access a dentist is tricky across the country. Check out your local dentist website. There's always some really neat blogs on there as well. And Dr. Google can sometimes be helpful, but yeah, be careful of the source of those as well when you are using search engines. But yeah, research, learn as much as you can, and hopefully there's a couple of golden nuggets of information here today.
So, Dr. Deepak Ulak there, dentist, CEO and co-founder of Toothfairy Dentistry app there. Thank you for joining me on Gateway 97.8 today to reveal this guide to help us look after our teeth, especially during Christmas. Have a good Christmas and a Happy New Year as well.